welcome to the Talk Sense. I'm gonna be early this week, y'all. It is only Monday and I'm already on here. Look at me doing good. All things happen good in June. Pat on my back, okay? So y'all, it's officially June. It is officially my birthday month. My birthday is June 6th. Happy birthday to me. Oh, um, let me check because I had went live, was talking and everything. Didn't even press the go live button. So let me go ahead and check. And good thing I had checked and make sure this live is going. Because it still don't look like it's going on YouTube. What about the other ones, y'all? Can y'all see me on Facebook or X? Twitter, formerly known as X. Okay. It's on a delay, but it's there, y'all. Okay. Now, like I was saying, it's June. Happy Gemini month to everybody out there. You know us Geminis, we like to celebrate for like May, June, July, because we feel like we so special that, God want us to celebrate for 3 months. That's how we feel, okay? Now, you can argue with God about this. We ain't the one who said it. He did. Yeah. My birthday, June 6th. Happy early birthday to me. I think last time I was here, I forgot to say one. Happy birthday to my nephew, one, even though his was the beginning of May. I think in all them birthdays I shouted out, I forgot my nephew. So if I did, happy birthday, one. I think I had everybody else. My nephew Carter's birthday just passed. It was May 31st. He tried to be born on my birthday. He's supposed to be born June 6th, but God blocked it. He said, I want you to have your whole day. I was like, look at God. Won't he do it? Now, today, what we going to talk about today, y'all? Today, we got a couple of things to talk about. We got a couple of things to go through. We're going to run through them. I don't know how long I'm going to be here because I got a little tan today, okay? So let me go ahead, do my little introduction, then we're going to discuss, okay? Y'all know it. You know my saying, what I like to say. Come on, y'all, let's discuss. Y'all, let me see. I'm trying to go through this list of what I'm going to discuss, but first let me get this overlay off here. Let me run this. Okay, y'all, that should be enough of my theme music, okay? They gave me enough time to bring up the articles. So first we're going to go over that we're going to say condolences to Michelle Obama and her family, the Robinson family, of course, the Obama family, and the loss of Michelle, my first lady, and the loss of her mother. And her mother recently passed at the age of 86, I believe. I'm going to read you guys the article really quick, and we're going to send condolences and prayers to the family. And let's see. Make sure you guys can see it. Yeah, okay, you can. And this is taken from the apnews.com, which is Associated Press. So Marion Robinson, mother of Michelle Obama, dies at 86. Marion Shields Robinson, the mother of Michelle Obama, who moved with the first family to the White House when son-in-law Barack Obama was elected president, has died. She was 86 years old. I know if y'all was watching politics when Obama first moved to the White House and his mother-in-law came, Michelle Mama, people like, oh, they look at that. There's some black stuff right there taking the mother-in-law right, because black people don't trust everybody with their kids. Now we got this whole staff and everything running around here, but Mama gonna oversee everything to make sure everything falls in line and do what it's supposed to be doing, especially over her grandbabies. Okay, but Ms. Robinson's death was announced by Michelle Obama and other family members in a statement that said, "There was and will be only one Marion Robinson. In our sadness, we are lifted up by the extraordinary gift of her life. She was a widow and lifelong Chicago resident. When she moved to the executive mansion in 2009 to help care for granddaughters Malaya and Sasha. In her early 70s, in her early 70s, Miss Robinson initially resisted the idea of moving over in Washington, and Michelle Obama had to enlist her brother Craig to help persuade their mother to move. There were many good and valid reasons that Michelle raised with me, not the least of which was the opportunity to continue spending time with her granddaughter Malaya and Sasha, and to assist in giving them a sense of normalcy that is a priority for both of their parents, as has been from the time Barack began his political career. Ms. Robinson wrote in the foreword to a game of character, a memoir by her son, formerly the head men's basketball coach at Oregon State University. My feelings, however, was that I could visit periodically without actually moving in and still be there for the girls, she said. Ms. Robinson wrote that her son understood why she wanted to stay in Chicago, but still used a line of reasoning on her that she often used on him and his sister. He asked her to see the move as a chance to grow and try something new. As a compromise, she agreed to move, at least temporarily. Granddaughter Malaya and Sasha was 10 and 7, respectively, when the White House became home in 2009. In Chicago, Miss Robinson had become almost a surrogate parent to the girl during the 2008 presidential campaign. She retired from her job as a bank secretary to help shuttle them around. At the White House, Ms. Robinson provided a reassuring presence for the girls as their parents settled into their new roles, and her lack of Secret Service protection made it possible for her to accompany them to and from school daily without fanfare. I would not be who I am today without the steady hand and unconditional love of my mother, Marion Shields Robinson, Michelle Obama wrote in her 2018 memoirs, Becoming. She has always been my rock, allowing me the freedom to be who I am, but while never allowing my feet to get too far off the ground. Her boundless love for my girls and her willingness to put our needs before her own gave me the comfort and confidence to venture out into the world, knowing they were safe and cherished at home. Ms. Robinson gave a few media interviews, but never to White House press. Aides guarded her privacy, and as a result, she enjoyed the level of anonymity openly envied by the president and first lady. It allowed her to come and go from the White House as often as she pleased, on shopping runs around town, to the president box at the Kennedy Center, and for trips to Las Vegas or to visit her other grandchildren in Portland, Oregon. Y'all know y'all be when she going to Las Vegas having the hot girl summer. Y'all know other people like to go on boats. Well, my family. Let me speak for myself. I ain't even been on that boat, baby. On casino gambling. She attended some White House events, including concerts, the annual Easter egg roll, and a national Christmas tree lighting in some states' dinner. White House residency also opened up the world to Miss Robinson, who had been a widow for nearly 20 years when she moved to a room on the third floor of the White House, one floor above the first family. She never traveled outside the U.S. until she moved to Washington. Her first flight out the country was aboard Air Force One in 2009 when the Obamas visited France. She joined the Obamas on a trip to Russia, Italy, Ghana later that year, during which she got to meet both Benedict, tour Rome ancient mausoleums, and view former slave-holding compounds on the African coast. She also accompanied her daughter and her granddaughters on two overseas trips without the president, to South Africa, Bosnia in 2011, and China in 2014. Craig Robinson wrote in his memoirs that he and his parents doubted whether his sister's relationship with Barack Obama would last, though Fraser Robinson III and his wife thought the young lawyer was a worthy suitor for his daughter, also a lawyer. Without explanation, Craig said his mother gave the relationship 6 months. Barack and Michelle Obama was married on October the 3rd of 1992. One of 7 children, Marion Louise Shields Robinson was born in Chicago on July 30th, 1937. She attended 2 years of teaching college, married in 1960, and as a stay-at-home mom, stressed the importance of education to her children. Both were educated at Ivy League school with a bachelor's degree from Princeton. Michelle Obama also had a law degree from Harvard. In ill smart. Frazier Robinson was a pump operator for the Chicago Water Department who had multiple cirrhosis. He passed away in 1991. So I think, yes, that's the end of that article, y'all. So that was a breakdown. But condolences to Michelle on the loss of her mother. You know, all y'all who watch the channel, my followers, y'all know that my mom and my father had passed by the time I was 19. So I know she's happy that she gets to experience some years with her because that's a blessing. My only surviving elder, the matriarch of our family, is my grandma, and she turned 86 May 5th. If I ain't say happy birthday, y'all know she ain't watching on YouTube. But if I ain't say happy birthday, then happy birthday. I got to call her. I usually call her every Sunday. I think I forgot yesterday. I got to call her, y'all. Put it in the comments and remind me because I be checking the comments. The notification pop up. Call your grandma. I'm like, you right. Let's see what we talking about next. I forgot to even put the slides on here. Let me see if I even got my slides up. Let me put my slides up, y'all. Let me stop the screen sharing. Put my slides up so I can show y'all what we talking about next. Because since y'all don't like me to stay scripted, okay? I be reading. I just put up the picture and maybe read an article and then just go from there because y'all don't like the scripted me. I don't like it either. It's a little too formal. I like to be me. I have to show my cup again. I'm thirsty. That article in my mouth dry. I'm thirsty. But that's Michelle, and that's her mom. Y'all, Trump. Trumper. Let me see. Well, we won because y'all know he was found guilty in one of his cases. I don't know how many cases Trump gets, but he was found guilty in one of them. Let me go to my comments because there's always a Trump up in here who won't start. But let me read the article because he was found guilty. And my whole thing was, okay, he was also impeached. What was the result of that? He was found guilty. His sentencing is not yet. I said, unless the sentence is gonna actually mean something, I don't really see the point of. Yeah, found him guilty, but what's the sentencing? Is the sentencing gonna be like a little slap on the wrist? Then what are we doing? Let me see. No, that ain't the one. Because I got like 2 articles, because one of them is going to be the consequences of, it's an article like, okay, he's found guilty, what are the consequences? But I actually want to read the article first about what the charges that he was actually found guilty of, because he was found guilty on 34 charges of pretty much hush money to the peace star. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Daniel, what's her name? Daniel Stormy. She got a documentary, and I don't know if I wanted to watch it or not. If y'all think I should watch it and review it, put it in the comments, and I'll do it. But, okay. Let's read this. So, Donald Trump found guilty. This is from CNN.com. So, Donald Trump found guilty of all 34 charges in hush money trial. What we covered here. Okay, a Manhattan jury found Donald Trump guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business record in his hush money criminal trial. An unprecedented and historical verdict that makes him the first former president in U.S. history to be convicted of a felony. Now, he's convicted of 34 felonies, right? Y'all know I done told y'all. I can get a job at McDonald's. he could run for president. That's not fair. It ain't fair. Now I ain't want to fix burgers, but that's besides the point. Now, Judge Juan Merchant sentencing hearing for July 11th. Trump sentence is up to the judge, and it could include prison time or probation. We're gonna talk about what he said about if he go to jail too. Another dog whistle going out there. Better pay attention. Why is it one? Prosecutor accused Trump of taking part of an illegal conspiracy to undermine the integrity of the 2016 presidential election in an unlawful plan to suppress negative information, what included concealing hush money payment to adult film star. Okay, I can start saying adult film star instead of P star, because either way P works. P works in two ways, so I might keep saying P star. A felony conviction of a former president or party frontrunner is unprecedented. But Trump, who is the 2024 presumptive GOP nominee, could still run for office. Trump called the jury decision a disgrace and said the real verdict will come during the presidential election on November 5th. President Joe Biden said on social media that his 2024 rival can only be defeated at the ballot box. Now let me go up, because this was on the sides. Let me read this main article. Stormy Daniels' attorney said she was really emotional after verdict. Stormy Daniels' attorney, Clark Brewster, said his client was really emotional following former President Donald Trump guilty verdict in the hush money case. He told CNN Caitlin Collins that Daniels faced the realization of the finality and had a lot of emotions flowing. Brewster also responded to Trump attorney Todd Blanche, saying he raised Daniels' testimony in appeal, arguing that it was straightforward and had an opportunity to cross-examine her. Stormy Daniels' friend said it's a joyous day after Trump guilty verdict. Alana Evans, friends of Stormy Daniels, an adult film star, told CNN Abby Phillips that she and Daniels absolutely feel vindicated by Trump guilty verdict, calling it a joyous day. We were deemed credible, and it's heartwarming in a way because so many people judge us for who we are, our backgrounds. It's something that's thrown in our faces again and again. It's a reflection on who we are as people, Evans said. Evans added that she was really happy simply because it meant that at the end of the day, it really is an adult film star who is stepping forward and being a person to put that man to the truth. Here's what happened now that Trump has been convicted in his hush money criminal case. New York jury convicting Trump on 34 counts of falsified business record brought the former president weeks-long trial to a close, but ushered in a new phase of the historic case. Now in a unique position of being the first former U.S. president convicted of a felony, Trump faces the possibility of a prison sentence or probation. We know. I mean, I'm not psychic. I'll assume he's probation because, protection for, complexion for protection. So, hey, former president, probably. Do Trump have a record? I know he been charged with a lot of stuff. I know he's been impeached. I know he had all these charges and trials coming up. But is this his first official record? Because then you can justify probation. Not saying that's what I agree with, but law system was made for certain people. For his crimes stemming from a hush money payment scheme, he helped facilitate ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Trump, who is known for mounting lengthy appeals of court ruling against him, he said he will appeal the conviction, which can be done after he is sentenced. When will Trump be sentenced? He will be sentenced on July 11th at 10. Can Trump appeal his conviction? Shortly after Trump was convicted, his attorney asked for acquittal of the charges, notwithstanding the guilty plea. The judge rejected the pro forma request. Can Trump still be elected president? Yes. I can read this paragraph, what it said, but the short answer is yes. Nothing in the U.S. Constitution bars a convicted criminal from running for the nation's highest office, But you can't vote for him. You remember that black lady they put in jail for voting because she had y'all. Okay, that's not in the article. Let me focus. Nothing in the U.S. Constitution bars a convicted criminal from running for the nation's highest office. University of California, Los Angeles law professor Richard L. Henson has consistently said the Constitution contains only limited qualifications for running for office, being at least 35 years old, a natural-born citizen, and at least 14 years of residence of the U.S. But you can't apply for a job at McDonald's, though. But you can apply for the job as president. Will the conviction cost Trump his right to vote? Trump is a Florida resident. Trump is a Florida resident. Yeah, I did not put this phone on battery. Let me put it on battery. Okay. Trump is a Florida resident. When it comes to the Manhattan guilty verdict just rendered, Trump's right to vote in Florida in November elections will depend on, whether he is sentenced to a term in prison or if he has finished serving that prison sentence by the time of the election. Florida felon voting prohibits apply to people with out-of-state conviction. However, if a Floridian conviction is out of state, Florida defers to the state law of how felons can regain their voting rights. What? For the first time in history, Trump was convicted. A former president was convicted. Okay, they said that already. Why are we repeating this? And these are just the pictures. Y'all was just trying to see. Okay, Trump is facing 3 other criminal cases while running again for president. The hush money criminal case against former President Donald Trump was only one of 4 criminal cases he is juggling while running again for president. The former president still faces criminal indictments in Georgia, Washington, D.C., and Florida. Trump has pleaded not guilty to every charges in these cases. The hush money Trump was first indicted in March of 2023 by the Manhattan District Attorney on state charges related to hush money to the Peace Star. Okay, then it was classified documents. That was in June of 2023 by federal grand jury in Miami for taking classified national defense attorney document from the White House after he left the office and resisting the government attempts to retrieve the material. See, if y'all remember this was the same thing. They was like, but Joe Biden did, and so why the Democrats ain't saying nothing? So Trump then took he took the documents from the White House. Yeah, this is so icky. He just took the documents from the White House. They like, Trump, can you don't work here no more. You have to give us our stuff back. You can't just keep our paperwork and stuff. You have to return it. He like, what documents? I ain't got nothing. Ain't seen nothing. Ain't heard nothing. Ain't take nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. They're like, come on, Trump. Come on, man. We know you got your documents. He like, So he refused to give over the documents, y'all. They went in the house, found the documents. That's how he got this case. In Biden's case, yes, Biden had classified documents at the house too. He found them, realized he had them, turned them in. Okay. So his other ones, federal election interference. That's his other charge. Smith separately charged the former president last August with 4 crimes over his effort to reverse the 2020 election. The indictment alleges Trump and a co-conspirator attempted to exploit the violence and chaos at the Capitol by calling lawmakers to convince them to delay the certification of the elections. You remember that's January 6th when all them thugs went and tried to take over the U.S. government. It was shameful. It was shameful. I said, no, not democracy in America. I know they're going to lock all of them up. Same way they were saying, lock them up. Lock them up. I thought they was going to get all locked up. I said, oh my God, I can't believe the way these thugs are acting. So, yeah, when he was trying to say lock them up and he was calling everybody to try to get those votes and like, he was just calling, hey, not find no vote somewhere because I won. Even if I didn't win, I won. Okay? Find no votes and don't certify this election. And that's when they was after Mike Pence and everything. That's what those charges are for. So the state prosecutor, now Fulton County, the state prosecutor in Georgia brought a similar election subversion case against Trump and others. An Atlanta-based jury on August 14, 2023, indicted Trump and 18 others on state charges stemming from their alleged effort to overturn the former president's 2020 electoral defeat. A trial date has not been set in that case. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Fannie Willis case that everybody's focused on whether or not that this prosecutor who brought up these charges, you don't hear too much about Trump charges. They focus about whether or not she was the special prosecutor that she had. They were messing around, and whether or not that's legal for her to mess around with them, or if she lied about the date they started messing around. A bunch of stuff that ain't got nothing to do with Trump charges. Yeah. That's what the Fannie Willis stuff was. But you see Fannie Willis everywhere. Now, what else? Let's see. I think that's it for this one. I think that's it for this one. Maloney, what's her name, y'all? The one who be stealing, who stole Michelle Obama? Copycat Trump is in New York City, source said. Former President Copycat Trump and her son Byron Trump are currently in New York. A source familiar with the matter told CNN. The two were already in New York when the verdict was read early Thursday, although it was not immediately clear when they arrived in the city. Copycat Trump did not attend a fundraiser dinner with Trump at a private residence Thursday night. She was not seen at court during the trial. She said, "My name Bennett ain't in it. He did it, not me." So, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer posted a brief statement about the verdict. Said no one is above the law. Trump attorney outlines his appeals. He gonna go to court and appeal it. That's enough of the Trump. I want to also go through what he said. This dog whistle that he's doing. Let me see if I got. I want y'all to see this. That half of America believes that the verdict was correct. I'm gonna have to cut that off, y'all. I just noticed when it went off that all that humming that was going on in the background. That's my ice maker. Didn't even notice it until it just cut off. Okay, so this is from abcnews.com. So half of America thinks Trump's guilty verdict was correct and that he should end his campaign poll. So a majority of America, 50%, think former President Trump is guilty on all 34 counts of hush money is correct. The polls find that 49% think he should end his 2024 presidential campaign over the results. Still following the historic trial that ended this week and the first ever conviction of a former president, Trump's favorability has remained stable at 31%. Trump was found guilty of 34 counts on Thursday of falsifying business records regarding a payment made to adult film actress Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election in order to keep her quiet about their alleged affair. The former president had vowed to appeal, saying on Friday that bad people had levied the case and charges against him. He like, it ain't true. I don't care how many times I'm found guilty, by how many courts. I don't care what they say. I didn't do it. It ain't true. It ain't my fault.
Whose fault is it? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Trump is hilarious. 47% of Americans said they think the charges against Trump in the case were politically motivated, while 38% says they were not. At the same time, the slight majority is 51% thinks Trump intentionally did something illegal in this case. 51%. 12% think Trump did something wrong, but not intentionally. And 19% believe he did not do anything wrong. The proportion of Americans who say Trump should end his presidential campaign as a result of this verdict is 49%, which is similar to findings from an April 2023 news poll conducted shortly after the Manhattan grand jury handed down the indictment against him in this case. In April 2023, 48% thought he should suspend his campaign because of the indictment. Now 1 more percent. They got 1 more percent. Now they're at 49%. Biden favorability rating also remained low and unchanged according to this poll. His favorability rating stands at 32% compared to 33% in March of 2024. Public reaction to Trump guilty verdict falls along partisan lines. For example, 83% of Democrats think the verdict was correct, and 79% thinks he should end his campaign, while only 16% of Republicans says the verdict was correct, and the same percent says he should end his campaign. Shocking. Both Biden and Trump are broadly viewed unfavorable. The election could come down to independent voters, or even more specifically, those who dislike both candidates, sometimes referred to as a double hater. A majority of independents think Trump's verdict was correct. 52% and the same amount believe that he should end his candidacy. For double haters, did they just make up a new term? Those reactions are even more pronounced. 65% of Americans who view both Trump and Biden unfavorably think the verdict this week was correct. 67 believe Trump should end his presidential campaign. So what they're saying is that independent, even that they said in the previous article, is like, oh, okay, well, this is a partisan deal that the Democrats feel like that he's guilty and he should end his campaign. Majority of Democrats, while only like 17% of Republicans. So they said let's go, let's break it down. Let's take out Democrat and Republican. Let's go with the independents. So in the independents, which is not Democrat nor Republican, 52% of them still feel like he's guilty and he should end his campaign. So it's like, okay, let's not go with the independents, okay? Because they may have their own candidate they want on there. Let's go with the ones we call double haters, the ones who don't like Biden nor like Trump. How many of them feel like? So 65% of haters, of the double haters, that means don't like Biden, don't like Trump. That 65 of them feel like the verdict was correct and he should end his campaign. Well, 65 feel like the verdict was correct, while 67% feel like he should end his campaign. Now, they said that 51% feel like it was politically motivated, and 83% of Republicans feel like it was politically motivated, which is a shock, and 20% of Democrats. And what that says, if you're looking at the statistic that it was politically motivated, but the people still feel like it was right, is to me saying two things could be true. Yeah, this is politically motivated, but you still did it. Is what, to me, the statistic I'm saying. So people are like, yeah, I feel like it is politically motivated that the Democrats are going after the orange man because of, of whatever political reason. But we still feel like he did that. That's what the independents and the double haters are saying. In the New York trial, Trump attacks are largely directed at the district attorney, the judge, and the juror, which all of which he claimed are unfairly politically biased against him. Trump has also come after President Biden claiming without evidence that he was behind the prosecution. If they can do this to me, then they can do this to anyone during a press conference. These are bad people. These are, in many cases, I believe, sick people. Not grab them by the constipated. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I need to. But let's keep moving. Okay. Now, I want to show, that's it for that article, y'all. What I want to show y'all is this new clip of him, and I probably have to type it in because I don't have this one pulled up. When Trump said that if he go to jail, that it wouldn't be his voters wouldn't take that nicely. It would be I'm trying to think of his exact words. It would be a breaking point. Trump says that it would be a breaking point, because his voters can only take so much. I said, if this ain't January 6th all over again, so we just let this go ahead fly. What he seen was He said, try it if you want to. You see what I did on January 6th. Now, y'all can lock me up if you want, but my voters gonna have a fit. That's what he said. He threatening, he pretty much threatening the government. So what should we fear? I'm trying to find the video. There's articles on here, but I want y'all just to pretty much just see that video. But because it was from a interview, and everybody they have, I don't want their other people's opinion on it. I just want y'all to watch the interview. Okay, I got it pulled up. I'm gonna show it to y'all. To y'all, yes, y'all. I say y'all because I'm contracted. Is it showing up? Is there volume? Yeah, it's a volume. This ad is taking 26 minutes, but let me see. I'm gonna go to YouTube. It may be easier just to pull it up on YouTube.
Last week, Donald Trump became the first president in history to have been found guilty and convicted of not one, but 34 felony counts, all related to falsified business records involving hush money payments made to porn actress Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. He's not set to be sentenced until July 11th, just days before the Republican National Convention, and he could be jailed for these crimes. However, during a recent interview on Fox and Friends, the former president had some words about what might happen if he's incarcerated.
That could happen. I don't know that the public would stand it. I'm not sure the public would stand for it. With a,
tried house arrest or
I think it would be tough for the public to take. At a certain point, there's a breaking point.
Donald Trump didn't elaborate any further on what would result from that breaking point, but some might assume he's implying another movement like the one that occurred on January 6, 2021. Still, he has not made any signals thus far that might be his ultimate intention. Meanwhile, the guilty verdict has not slowed Trump's campaign at all.
Okay, so I wanted to show y'all that. And he's saying that it could be a breaking point. If y'all send him to jail, it's gonna be a breaking point. That's what he's saying. Now, when I read this article, now this here, okay, the black lady, was she had just got a job as a security for a club. This man right here, he was in the service or a ranger or something, literally beat the black lady to death. And when I tell you the details about how he unalived this lady and tried to gouge out her eyes and everything like that, and he was drunk. He had just came from another bar, had got into it with some guys over there, and got kicked out of that place and was trying to go to this lady place where she was working at, and the bars was closed. Yeah. Wait, let me just pull up the story. But he was given the bare minimum. He was given 10 years for it, and literally unalived her from his hands, with his hands. Let me see. I want to put up this. And then this article, I'm taking this article from Atlanta Black Star, is the one I'm about to read you guys. And this happened, this was earlier this month. This article was published on May 15th. So downright cold-blooded N-word. I don't know if YouTube will censor that. So white Army Ranger get minimum sentence for vicious 10-minute beating of black female security guard after blaming it on a brain injury. In a plea deal agreement, former Army Ranger Patrick Phillip Bryan received the lightest sentence possible for first-degree murder. I'm saying murder. I'm not monetized. I'm saying first-degree murder in Washington, 20 years in prison. The 29-year-old admitted to brutally beating and choking security guard Denise Miller, 41, to death in July of 2021 and faced life in prison without parole. Washington state does not carry the death penalty. The slain guard family gathered in the courtroom on May 10th and addressed the Pierce County Judge Stanley Rambaugh, hoping for justice for Denise. The judge told Brian his actions were as callous or as cruel as this court had ever seen. Now, this is what the judge said to the defendant: your actions is as callous or cruel as this court had ever seen, have ever had the misfortune of dealing with. But then handing down a minimum sentence. Make that make sense. But before handing down the 20-year sentence, according to the news, the moment he incited feelings of rage among family members, and many are questioning why he did not get life without parole, considering the brutal and senseless nature of the attack. Smith family charged E. Ringens, a military veteran, wrote a letter to the court. I myself, a U.S. veteran, recognize that Patrick Phillip Bryan is one of the Army highest trained killers. An Army Ranger, wrote. The actions of Bryan towards my daughter was brutal, savage, harsh, cruel, unnecessary, and worthless. It was downright cold-blooded murder. Our family members spoke of the devastating impact of her death has had on their life. I'm never going to forgive him for what he did. Dennis Matt, Denise's older brother. I hope he catches hell where he's going. Only problem is I won't be there to see it and enjoy it. According to the probable cause arrest affidavit via KIR 07, Bryant was drinking at a bar in downtown Tacoma when he and his friends got into an altercation with another group before the attack. Now, this is before he attacked Denise. Him and his friends drinking at a bar, getting into a fight with another group at a different bar, not her bar. His defense attorney, David Katayama, said he was punched in his head on the concrete during that brawl before he attempted to get into another venue, where he was intercepted by newly hired security guard Denise Smith, who had only been on the job a few days, according to the affidavit. When she told him the building was closed, Brian unleashed on Smith. Now, you just get punched in the head by, I'm assuming, a group of men, but you see a woman, 40-some-year-old, which is twice his age. She's 20-something. He's young. She's 40-something. Alone, and that's who you attack. But anyway, when she told him the building was closed, Brian unleashed on Smith, assaulting her for nearly 10 minutes. According to the affidavit and the security video, she showed the Army Ranger slamming Smith to the ground, punching her in the face repeatedly, and dragging her around by her braids. He also attempted, catch this part, he also attempted to gouge out her eyes with a set of keys, then punch her with the keys in between his fingers before strangling her. Brian then fled the scene, according to the affidavit, but he got a brain injury, but he knew to flee. The injury told his butt to flee by shattering a window with a chair and jumping from a landing down to the ground about 14 feet below. During a dramatic escape attempt, Brian was injured and began screaming for help around 2 a.m. It was later revealed he had a brain injury. So how we know that the brain injury didn't come from this 14 feet drop and not from getting punched in the head from... So how we know he even had a brain injury during the time that he brutally for 10 minutes assaulted this lady and unalived her? But that's just my personal thoughts. Back to the article. Brian was injured and began screaming for help around 2 o'clock. It was later revealed he had a brain injury. At the hospital, he alleged to nurses that he was stabbed and actually assaulted, though no evidence had surfaced that either one of those had happened. So he lied. He went to the hospital and lied. After his sentencing, Brian apologized to Smith family, adding that the media, social media, has portrayed me as a drunken, monstrous murderer in Denise's life, but that's not me. That's not true. I need Shannon Sharp to say,
Whose fault is it? No.
come
Whose
on.
fault is it? No.
How? He said that's not him. That's not me. Said the admitted murder through tears, glancing over to the fire. I'm not a threat to society, just to that woman that I beat for 10 minutes. That ain't what it says. But he says he's not a threat to society. Doing his plea for mercy to the judge. He also said, I wish I had never, ever been out there. Then none of this would have happened. And Denise Smith, a great and wonderful woman, to be sure, she should still be alive and part of the world for much, much longer. Bryant had a history of head injury, including blast concussions during his time in the Army, and his attorney claimed that they may have played a role in his behavior. According to the news, Kantayama argued in court that a brain scan showed Bryant had a brain bleed in an area that controls morality and judgment, and is consistent with a punch in the head. Bryant claims he has no memory of whatever happened that night whatsoever. The prosecuting attorney also considered Bryant's mental state when agreeing to a plea deal, stating in court filing that it may be difficult to get a jury to unanimously convict a man for first-degree charge when the motive is otherwise unclear. However, Ron Bark pointed out that Bryant was aware of his previous brain injury, but chose to drink excessively that night anyway. He was out with his friends or fellow Rangers, basically getting intoxicated to the point of creating a disturbance, and that was voluntary, said the judge. Okay, so that's that. He got the minimal sentence. This Army Ranger who was trained to be who he was and did exactly what he was trying to do. Now, yeah, let's go to the entertainment news. All the serious stuff. So now I know Busta's over there like how I get into it. Now Busta Rhymes was outed allegedly. He's allegedly outed for being in the closet, being down low, whatever you want to call it. That's what they saying he is, right? Let me see. Now then I seen this, right? I'm gonna show y'all this first, then we're gonna go to the allegations, right? So, and his concert was recently canceled. And that was in, let's see, that was March of this year that Busta Rhymes had a upcoming tour and it was canceled, but they didn't give the reason why. They just gave everybody their damn money back. But they didn't give the reason why his concert tour, it was a tour that was canceled. Now, let's go to the video. Now, this guy also was the one who was talking about Dwight Howard. I want to say Dwayne Wade, and that ain't here. It's Dwight Howard, who was, caught with who got the lawsuit with him bringing Miss Kitty out the back, the ex NBA player who brought Miss Kitty out the back, and he had invited the guy over for him. He had met a guy online, and and the guy and him was meeting up. But then he gonna bring some transsexual Miss Kitty out the back with kitty heels and this little church lady wig on. And the gay man was like, I ain't signing up for this. But he said he was forced to participate in a threesome with Miss Kitty and Dwight Howard. And Miss Kitty was, banging it out. And then he wanted the gay dude to, while Miss Kitty handled the front, he wanted the gay dude to finish with his mouth. While Miss Kitty handled the back, he wanted the gay dude to finish with his mouth with the front. That was the little lawsuit. But then this guy who from Chicago, he been on camera news. He did a couple of things that said the White House been known to be with transgender women. He would bring them to the parties and everything. That ain't no secret. So now he over here saying Busta. He said he doing his tongue loose like that, and he able to speak so fast because it's used to getting worked out. He didn't say that. I'd be taking it too far. He didn't say that, y'all. Let me show y'all. And this is from Media Takeout. Now the clip that they have on here, I'm just gonna pretty much show y'all the clip because the clip is 5 minutes. And I don't need to read the article if y'all gonna see the clip. So the clip is from Cam Capone News. And so I'm gonna show y'all the clip. It's a part of the article. But at least y'all can see it.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before
Oh yeah.
in some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like this been common knowledge though. Like all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we gotta bring some we gotta bring some what they call them. I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta.
Have y'all ever heard that? Because a lot of stuff that everybody's like, oh, it's common knowledge. Like, yeah, I may have been a teenager or whatever, but who was it common knowledge to? They like it was all around. There have always been rumors, even with me being from Chicago and the R. Kelly. Like, how you didn't know? So was it common knowledge as far as even if you wasn't in the industry? Like everybody said, it was common knowledge with R. Kelly. You didn't even have to be in the industry to know what R. Kelly was doing. Was it common knowledge with Busta? Put it in the comments, let me know. Was it common knowledge with Busta?
Because, you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before. You feel me? And being around him, you hear things. You feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie, like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan. You feel me? Like every cookout, she playing it. All his little fast rapping, all of that. Him and Craig Mack playing that. Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us.
Don't forget to like the video.
And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude. Super cool. You feel me? Good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. Well, I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, this common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you know this, bro.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How come you think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, it's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here. Like, nothing's finna happen. Nobody want to kill you guys, bro. Like, when I get jobs from people who really got a threat on their life, I move way different. Nobody wants to kill these entertainers like that, bro. Like, when I do my threat assessment, there's never an immediate threat of danger. It's never a situation that they're gonna tell me, oh, this person wants to murder me, this person wants to bring harm on me. It's never like that. Them type of people be normal guys. So I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? You got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me. But sure enough,
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back.
he pulled him into the section. Pulled him into the section, and then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. He couldn't believe that. He was shocked, bro. Anybody that's in the mix, bro, like, bro. Most of these dudes, bro, putting on a major act. They don't want to be themselves.
It's crazy.
They'll get mad at you for buying bottles of champagne to get the girls. They'll get mad, we don't want these bottle rats in our section. What are we here for? Why are y'all here then? What are y'all here for? Just because y'all got booked to be here, okay, but sometimes they not booked. They just in there. So, and what they looking for, it ain't going to be what you thinking of. On God, seen it.
That's what it got to be from Chicago. On God. He over there just.
You gay. You gay. Down there. Gay. You gay. That's gay. Don't find any of this gay at all. Okay. You gay.
So I just tried to Google the Busta throw drink in somebody's face into the female face. I'm gonna see if I can get it to come up real quick, y'all. Let me see. Let's see. Ain't doing nothing but buffering. But it looked like it was a video of it. Now why I ain't playing, I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna try a different video. See if I can get that one to play. Okay, that one didn't play. I'm gonna see if I can get this one to play. I'm just trying to get to the video.
What's up, I'm A-Dub, and check this out. Busta Rhymes was not happy with an overzealous fan who tried to cop a feel and touch his backside while he was walking through an airport. The incident took place earlier this week, and video footage showed Busta Rhymes walking through the airport with his team along with a fan that was close by. At one point, the fan got closer to him, seemingly looking for an opening to get next to him. Then all of a sudden, the woman reached to the crowd and grabbed Busta's behind and pulled away as if she didn't want to get caught.
I mean, she did inappropriately touch him, and that's on YouTube. This is Hip Hop DX, who got the video of him throwing the drink in the lady face. So, y'all know it's been a big expose with the Rolling Stone. I wouldn't look for the article. I didn't see the article is online, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to subscribe to y'all just to hear what other bull that P Diddy been up to lately. Oh wait, we ain't even supposed to be doing P Diddy next, y'all. We supposed to be doing Brian McKnight. So this one was on the Warren Theater. He had announced a tour on the Warren Theater, right? And once they announced the tour, baby, those comments was off the chain. Now, if y'all don't know, Brian McKnight had been in the news for, I want to say maybe last year that he was in the news because he's with a new lady who's, I don't know if she's Latin or whatever. She's non-black. So he's with this new lady, and he's like only posting her kids. This new lady ended up becoming pregnant by him, I think. And so he has beef with his kids that he have with his first wife. And man, he had his first, who's Julia McKnight. She's a performer. Follow her on Instagram and everything. Great voice. Now, that's who he was married to. She's a black lady, and so he have his. Let's see. I think 3 kids with her. But he had his first set of kids with her. He even cheated on Julia. Had another kid, a girl, who Julia took in and raised. But they still end up getting a divorce and everything. So Brian McKnight pretty much have had problems with those kids. Even the outside kids and the ones with his first wife. And he said they were spoiled. And they're saying that, no, he's an a-hole. Now, you will see him on his Instagram and everything, him putting his second wife, kids, the non-black kids, that he be putting up. He be saying he bought them a car. He be giving all them praises and everything about, how they're just these great kids. But he's not mentioning his black kids, right? He had the baby with the second lady, and then named the baby after him, even though he got a Brian McKnight Jr. He said he named the baby. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he changed his name in order to have for the baby to be like the only person with that name and to kind of like distance himself from his biological kid. And he was saying they ungrateful. He had came out and was talking about his daughter, SEX life, and she was still a teenager. She wasn't even 18 yet. She ended up taking him to court, suing him, blah, blah, blah. It had been a whole thing. He recently had called his kids evil, and one of his sons was going back and forth with him online, and if I'm not mistaken, his son is suffering, is going through chemo, and everybody like, oh, you evil son of a bitch. So I want to take y'all through some of these comments that once he announced that he's going to be on Warren Theater, and also this is not the first place that they canceled. They didn't get backlash for booking Brian McKnight, and everybody went in them comments and then canceled. I want to say this is at least the second. So y'all can't see it. You know what? I might be able to pull it up on because this is actually from Facebook. So I might be able to put it up on the Facebook if they still get it up there. Because this is the screenshots is too small. Don't really look like y'all can see it. Let me see. They probably took it down, baby, because those comments was off the chain. Yeah, I don't see it on here no more. They took it down. I had screenshotted it, and that's the screenshots that y'all see. They took that post down, baby. But I'm gonna read the screenshots through the phone. So somebody said, "I'm sorry, I'm scheduled to vacuum Dubai that evening." And then let me look at the stream. And that's the color purple. Anything you do by me. So not Mr. F them kids. Wait, I think I get F them kids. That's Brian McKnight.
Kids.
Fuck the kids?
Yeah.
This Brian McKnight.
Fuck them kids.
So they said not Mr. F them kids himself. Until you do right by them children, all those ticket sales shall be low. That's what the color purple one is saying. Somebody said I flew Spirit Airlines to get to these comments. So let me see if I get the next one. It said I buy the entire first row if he'll bring out his first set of kids to perform with him. And somebody else said, let somebody else do it. LOL. I was born out of wedlock, so I'm probably not invited to the cookout anyway. Deuces. But with all his children being in attendance, they said they'll be better off dark with no show that night. Okay. Let's see the next set of comments. Dang, I got a contractor coming out to mop my grass. Sorry, Brian, I'm gonna miss it. Somebody else said my pet snake has knee surgery that night, can't make it. So the picture with the lawnmower say I gotta cut my driveway on that day. Yeah, let's see. Let's go through some more comments. Say gotta go take my fish for a walk. I gotta go take my fish for a walk during that time. The other one drowned because it wasn't strong enough to doggy paddle. And somebody said I never liked him. Somebody said I'm picking up my grandma from Saturday that night. Sorry, can't make it. Somebody else said I got to braid my scalp that day. I'll catch him next time. Maybe these comments will go ahead, O'Brien. Here's another comment. Gotta shampoo my backyard. Oh man, I can't make it. I gotta mop my roof that day. Dang. So I'm cutting my grass with scissors that night. My neighbor's grass also. Brian used to be my favorite. So it said Brian needs to start at 1 again. Let's start back at 1. Brian needs to start at 1 again and apologize to his eldest children. No one is going to see him until he does this. Cancel this. Somebody said I'm going to my GED reunion. I can't make it. Then somebody said, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Another excuse. I think I'm walking my refrigerator that night. Another excuse. I would go, but I'm waiting on Christ to return. Ugh. Sorry, I will be too busy boycotting stores I never shopped at in the first place and eating a denim jacket after that. Somebody asks, is he bringing all his kids or not? Yeah. So I don't know if it was canceled yet. I didn't just see it in the. Let me see. What day is this? I'll go to that date on the Facebook page. This was May 15th, and I think I was already on. What date? I'm in April, so yeah, they must took that post down. April 26th, April, yeah. May 1st, May 3rd, May 6th, May 7th, and this is May 15th, May 7th, May 8th, May 13th, May 14th. Nope, May 15th. On sale JP Morton Captain Tour. Nope. Nope, May 17th. They go from May 14th to May 17th. So apparently that theater has taken down the Brian McKnight announcement, and I'm assuming they probably canceled that concert. Now, yeah. Let's see. Can we get to P. Diddy? Yeah. I'm always gonna use his apology video picture for P. Diddy, right? I think this is our last topic, y'all. So don't forget to like the video. Come on in here and subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video out too, okay? And like I said, it's Gemini season, which is my season. My birthday is June 6th. I'm ready. And I'm going to the Chicago Sky game tomorrow. They'll be home. They'll be in Chicago. So I'm taking my 10-year-old for my birthday. Yes, I'm taking my 10-year-old for my birthday to go see Chicago Sky because Cardoso then came back. Angel Reese is playing. They just played Indiana Fever. They lost by 1 point, but it was still a good game, y'all. So go and support the WNBA. I ain't gonna say nothing about Caitlin, okay? I think she's good. I think we should support all those women. Now, let's talk about P. Diddy latest. P. Diddy need a news station for P. Diddy because something come out about that mother every other day. Let me drink some water before I read this article. This stuff is usually long. Oh, sorry if y'all hearing an echo. Let me touch this down. Okay. So this is from the dailybeast.com. It says blood, threats, and tears inside Diddy nightmare workplace. It's exclusive. So 5 ex-employees of Sean Diddy Take That Combs company revealed that the rapper allegedly abusive tendencies extended to the workplace, including face grabbing and violent threats. This month, the world witnessed surveillance video that would forever change whatever reputation remained for Sean Diddy Combs. The undeniable imagery of Combs beating his ex-girlfriend Cassie in a hotel hallway left no doubt in the mind of anyone who watched it that the hip-hop superstar was at the very least an abuser. At least, Combs had already been accused of a slew of horrific violent behaviors after Cassie first alleged that she suffered beating, psychological torment, and more at his hands in a lawsuit against him last November. Since then, 6 more suits. Say, give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. 6 more lawsuits have emerged, alleging that the rapper and former brand mogul engaged in the viral assault, forcibly drugging, and even ex-trafficking operations. Now, 5 former Comb employees told the Daily Beast that the rapper allegedly abusive tendency in his personal life extended to his disturbing, toxic work environment. But that's what Lil Rod is suing him for. I mean, Lil Rod has said in his lawsuit. Now, do I believe everything Lil Rod lawsuit? But look out his city though. Former employee of Combs lifestyle brand Sean John and Blue Flame, his now shuttering advertising agency recalled erratic behavior while in Combs' employ, including instances where he grabbed, berated, and threatened them. These former staffers spoke to the Daily Beast under conditional anonymity out of fear of retribution. One female One female Sean John ex-employee shared a harrowing account about a time Combs grabbed her face following a disagreement about a creative decision. He didn't like that I wasn't agreeing with him. He wasn't interested in hearing my point of view, the former employee recalled. Instead, Combs allegedly began to yell and compare himself to a renowned fashion designer. When you speak to me, you should imagine that you're talking to Karl Lagerfeld. She recalled Combs telling her, anything I say, assume that it's coming from Carl. At that point, I didn't have a response to that. Bitch, what? Oh. She said, that would have been my response. She said, at that point, I didn't have a response to that. And he reaches out and he grabs my face. I'm saying, unhand me, young man. That ain't what she said. He reaches out and he grabbed my face. He put one hand on the other side of my cheek and said, stick out your tongue. And then he squares my face harder and yelled at me to stick out my tongue. Forces his hand on my face. Wait a minute. So he holding her. Wait, he put one hand on both sides of my cheek, right? And said, stick out your tongue. Well, he was giving throat exams. Then he squeezed her face harder. Okay, so he held her like this and was like, stick out your tongue. She recounted how Combs then told her he just wanted to see if her tongue was bleeding because she was clearly biting it. I started looking for a job immediately after that moment, she said. I just wasn't interested in being there to deal with that kind of treatment. You have to really idolize him and see him as an icon. I didn't. I was just there to do my job. Right. Where's my money? That's what she was like. I wasn't there for that bullshit. I was there to do my mother job. And y'all want to deal with that shit. It's how I translate it, right? The former staffer was one of several who told the Daily Beast that they weren't shocked about the disturbing surveillance video released earlier this month, showing Combs assaulting Cassie in the hallway of a Los Angeles hotel in 2016. After CNN published the footage, the rapper apologized, telling fans, I hit rock bottom. I make no excuses. My behavior on that video was inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my action in that video. Wait, let me do a little teardrop right there. Look off to the side. Page 6 later reported that Combs was incensed with the hotel footage. Doesn't tell the full story, according to an insider. I'm sorry it took this long, the ex-staffer said. I hope he gets what's coming to him. Another former employee told the Daily Beast that he was fired after making eye contact with Combs, visibly expressing disappointment when the mogul showed up hours late for a meeting. From the employee's perspective, Combs took the look that I gave him personal. That was erotic behavior. There was definitely what I would consider mental abuse with how he spoke to us as employees. The person said, adding that he often worked from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. because of Combs' demands and the culture of fear the rapper had created in the workplace. There was a lot of profanity, kind of aggression in your face, physicality in your face, kind of stuff, the employee said. The former Sean John employee said the work environment was like Games of Thrones, with everybody walking on eggshell and some colleagues throwing others under the bus and sisters and brothers sleeping together. No, that ain't what that says. Throwing others under the bus to stay in Combs' good grace. The employees added of their time at the company, when people ask about it, I always tell them it was the worst experience I ever had in life. In one meeting, this employee recalled a designer informed Combs his team was inundated with work and couldn't complete a Pacific project. Combs, then known as Puffy, stopped in the middle of my presentation, told him he was inundated with shit. Yeah. And said it was one more effing time and walked up to his face to face, lip to lip, and said, not lip to lip, said one more time, mother. That's what he told him. Say it one more time, mother. The ex-employee continued, he felt as though he should never be questioned, and what he said is what it is. What is employee? Let me see. What is Puffy saying? Puff Daddy birthday. What is it saying? November 4th. Is that a Scorpio? It's not Sagittarius because they're later that month. Scorpios are the end of October. Yeah, beginning of November. He felt as though he should never be questioned. Yeah, my girl Neo X, another YouTuber, she did a whole video on P. Diddy Scorpio like tendencies. I forget. Y'all can go check it out. Doing I'm setting up there looking it up. Yeah, y'all can go check out her video. It's like an hour too long. So. And she's more into the like astronomies and signs and behaviors and patterns and things of that nature. So the ex-employee continued, he felt as though he would never be questioned, and what he said is what it is. During one episode at Fashion Week, his relationship with his boss changed for good. After inquiring with Sean John CEO Jeffrey Tweedy about whether an unidentified woman at an event was Combs' girlfriend, the employee said the rapper seemed possessive over his gal pal. He said Tweedy replied in a huff, "You can't ask questions like that. What are you doing?" Then Puffy came over and didn't even look at me and said, "What did he say?" And then Jeff said to Puff, he was asking about your girl. Combs, the employee changed, glared at him, shook his head, and walked away. That night before the employee left, he thanked Combs for the invitation. He claimed the rapper grabbed him very forcefully, walked him to the elevator, and said, "Take that." And walked him to the elevator and declared, "We want this to work out. You can't ask a question like that. This is New York." While this employee said he didn't see Cassie at the office often enough to witness any of the violent treatment she described in her lawsuit, he said the infamous hotel video was not a shock at all. Yet another former Sean John employee recalled how Combs oversaw the company through fear. One company director was so terrified of the rapper turned mogul that he'd leave the building every time Combs arrived. He'd be like, "Here come this bitch," and he'll just leave. He Combs was over there like his name was Debo, y'all. Debo coming. Everybody just take off. This former staff claimed turnover at the company was high. Marketing directors might have lasted only 6 months. This ex-employee also echoed the toxic work culture that others described firsthand. In fact, they said there is a specific term used around the office, catching a brick. But when a staffer became a target for Combs acting a fool, it was as if you're walking down the street and someone randomly threw a brick at your head out the blue. This former Combs employee said, out the blue, he was unhappy with something that you might have done, but he thought you did. You caught a brick. They continue recounting how Combs verbally attacked him until I was surrounded by security guards who rushed over while he's 6 inches from my face, screaming at me, telling me I effed up. That's when I learned what a brick is. I caught my first brick, my only brick. The employee put up with the rapper and the culture for a time because the opportunity he gave to young Black entrepreneurs, people that had vision and passion, it was super inspirational. For this former Combs employee, the Cassie video did come as a shock. I was surprised by the level of violence that he had towards Cassie in that video. I didn't see his anger going to that level. I really didn't. I wouldn't have stayed had I known that was going on. I tell you that much. Cassie settled her November lawsuit accusing Combs of the R word and beating a day after it was filed. While her lawsuit accused Combs of ex trafficking and ex battery, it also included claims of ex harassment, gender discrimination, and hostile work environment. The legal paper mirrors what employees told the Daily Beast they face in the office: loyalty to Combs without question. Mr. Take That aggression and demanding approach to those he worked with made it impossible for anyone to challenge him. The complaint stated, and Miss Ventura soon learned that Mr. Combs insisted on blind loyalty from everyone in his inner circle. He thought he was Jesus, like, come on, walk on the water, and if you look down, you gonna drink. So, still, the lawsuit also said that Combs would order his employee to lure Cassie back whenever she tried to escape him. Throughout their relationship, Mr. Combs was prone to uncontrollable rage and frequently beat Miss Ventura savagely, the complaint added. The beatings were witnessed by Mr. Combs, staff, and employees of Bad Boys and Mr. Combs related businesses, but no one dared to speak up against their frightening and ferocious boss. And then, do y'all remember? Y'all check out my last video that I did, the last update that I did, was that recent Tasha K interview of his ex that she said she had 2 abortions by him, and she described that she would get beat in front of the employees and nobody did anything. The only one she said ever stood up for her was Notorious Big ex best friend. I forget his name, but he was Notorious Big best friend that was still hang around or work for Diddy. A former Blue Fame employee echoed the experience of those who worked at Sean John. There was a lot of cursing, a lot of talking to people crazy, a lot of calling women bitches, saying F you or stupid or I'll fire y'all bitches right now. He said that in her experience. She said that in her experience, and she never seen him be like that with men unless they had no power or statue in the industry. Combs' female assistants would warn newcomers about his behavior, she added. Everyone was kind of cautious that, he might say something weird or something off, but we're told they should just turn the other way. His assistants and representative would be like, we just keep it moving. He had so many assistants, I can't remember who they all were. Although women were treated the worst in her experience, the former employee underscored that a substantial portion of the rapper's success is owed to women. He treated them like shit. They're the reason he's successful. I think the public persona of him is that he's around a lot of men, but a lot of women have made him money. She said he has a lot of power, but I don't think a lot of people understand how many women work for him. This former employee specifically referenced Combs, the executive Daya Sims, Erica Q, and Erin Harris as an example of powerful women who collectively have been crucial to his growth. Sims was formerly Combs' assistant, but she became president of Combs Enterprise, along with Q, formal Sean by Sean Combs, creative director, and Harris, former SVP of Combs Enterprise. The 3 executives now hold prestigious roles outside of Diddy's sphere of influence. He's like, these women is the one who pretty much helped Combs help Mr. Take That get successful as he is, and right now they in the industry, but they all got away from his ass, is what that's saying. So Sims was read that. I can't say that these women are pushovers, she continued. They are fucking brilliant if you ask me. But I would hope that power didn't come at the cost of them turning a blind eye to other people's suffering. Sims, Q, and Harris did not respond to the Daily Beast's request for comments. Now, also, if y'all know, what she's saying is, what this article is saying is that these women have made it and have made it very big, and they hope they didn't come because they were the women who seen other women getting abused, like Cassie and maybe Kim and things of that nature, and they just overlooked it because they wanted to keep their job because they had a career goal in mind that they wanted to succeed. Now, that also, to me, reminds me of what that lady who, I forget her name, Ethiopia or something, I can't remember her name right now, but she came out and was saying that with Cassie, that how Cassie used to witness the abuse that P. Diddy did to Kim, and how she was, I would say, a participant kind of in the abuse that and would go to the lake house and be flaunted in front of Kim, and as far as, oh, she's lighter and Kim is dark, things of that nature. Don't know if it's true, but let's continue on. Not everyone who spoke with the Daily Beast had such a poor experience, but even those with positive things to say about working with Combs acknowledged that he could be intimidating and scary and mean, or were aware of rumors about his abusive behavior. One person who worked closely with Sean John and Combs, and who was provided to the Daily Beast by Combs' representative in lieu of an official statement, said the above horror stories were simply not the experience that I had. Despite his net positive time working for Combs, this former employee asked to remain anonymous because no matter what side of the argument I'm on, there's no benefit for me. It would be very detrimental to my personal life and my career if I'm identified. So what this person pretty much was saying, I want to be anonymous because P. Diddy got so much heat on him. I don't care what the fuck I say. It ain't finna be good for me. So he didn't have is it he? I'm assuming they said this person. They didn't have a bad experience working for him, but I still want to remain anonymous because I don't want to be seen like I'm the person who's taking out for P. Diddy because my name been in the name and I keep telling y'all. So I don't think he was exceptionally crazy, he said. It was intense work. The hours were not normal, but I spent so much time up there at Sean John, and I never heard of any of this stuff, he said, adding he never seen Combs talk down to or be aggressive with an employee. He could be intimidating and scary and mean, but there was always this underlying professionalism to him. He added, you felt like he was pushing you to get the absolute best last little bit out of you. So, wait, he was professional, but he was he was intimidating, scary, and mean, but he was professional. Okay, girl. So another former employee at one of Combs' company who asked to remain anonymous in order to speak freely about her experience also said the rapper treated her well. He lives up to everything, she said, referring to his standard and successes as businessmen. However, she added, you'll learn to understand what you are dealing with. And I also, these people are remaining anonymous, but what I think about is who were these people as far as if it's different for somebody who may work in that position but don't have a name. But what if it was Clyde Davis' granddaughter? Or somebody, of course, you're not going to be treated the way these no-name other people is. Or, if he may know somebody in your family, or you get some type of title, or there's a reason he didn't cross you or treat you the way he treated everybody else. There's a reason you didn't have to walk to go get the cheesecake. Is what I'm thinking. But she added, you'll learn to understand what you are dealing with. Before she took the job, she was warned that Combs, Mr. Take That was unconventional to work with, but actually ended up liking him. We had to learn to get along together, she explained. The insider did say that the workplace was full of rumor that Take That relationship with Cassie was volatile. After seeing the hotel video last week, the former employee said, she washed my hands of the mogul. I'm done. She said, I didn't even listen to the apology. It's not worth my time. The latest lawsuit against Combs, filed last week by April Lumpros, accuses him of battery and sexual assault in the 1990s. And just this week, CNN reported that Combs' accusers will appear before a federal grand jury as the U.S. Justice Department potentially seeks an indictment against the rapper. One former Sean John employee told the Daily Beast she was disgusted by the hotel surveillance video. The video disgusted me on both a woman and someone who used to take pride in working at Sean John, she said. I am shocked because he has always claimed to be a God-fearing person, but there's no God in abusing a woman you claim to love. And that is that whole article. So they was just talking to former employees, and most of them like, yeah, he did. And when what was that? 50 Cent say whatever they say that nigga think, he did. So that is that, y'all. What y'all think of the article? It was a lie. Did y'all read the Rolling Stone article, and do y'all even think it's worth me reading to come and read here? Because it seems like besides them having information as far as I was watching Mims Make It Make Sense, and I believe he went through, I didn't watch the whole video, but he went through some of it. It seems like the only difference between what everybody else then already talked about with his lawsuits and his history is that they had some college roommates, some people he went to college with, who said how abusive he was to his girls even in college, to his girlfriends even in college. That seems like that was the difference. So I don't know if that's worth subscribing to their site and paying the fee to find out that was just he was everything we thought he was. But the Bears clip, y'all from Chicago, y'all know this. They are who we thought they were. You know, that was something when the Bears was going through and they was winning. This one team came and they ended up beating the Bears. Their coach was so mad. Their coach was so mad that they had lost to the Bears because the Bears had all this hype and he like, the Bears like shit. But if you're from Chicago, y'all know that clip. They are who they thought we were. Anywho, y'all, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Okay. I'm going, like I said, I'm going to the Chicago Sky game tomorrow. Hopefully I have some pictures to share with y'all or upload it. Y'all got to follow me on all the social media because I'll be uploading there. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, fan base is all Twitter is Tootie Talks. Everything else is Tootie Talks Sense. TikTok too is Tootie Talks Sense. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this video and all the subjects that we went over, because y'all know, like I said, come on y'all, let's discuss. So we got to get in these comments and we're gonna discuss. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I don't know if I'm gonna be back tomorrow because I'm excited about going to the game, but I will be back again this week. Okay, don't forget, let me put the subscribe button in case y'all didn't hear it. Okay, go ahead, subscribe. I will catch y'all next time. Have a good day. Bye.